Hello and welcome to another Döhle Yacht Coffee Break. Today I'm joined by Piers, who is our Fleet Technical Manager, and we put this coffee break together because we get asked often enough about what is the benefit of having a shoreside technical team. So I suppose, Piers, my first question is, what is the benefit of having a shoreside technical team on, say, an existing asset?
We really see ourselves as a support service to the crew, to the owner and the owner's management team. So during your yacht's operational period, if they're out cruising with owners, guests, maybe a charter, the crew on board, highly experienced, qualified, professional, are generally very busy servicing the needs of the owner, the charter guests, or maybe taking the boat from A to B. We are the support service to stop them being distracted from doing that. So they might have breakdowns, they might have warranty claims, they might have subcontractor issues, they might have a spare part they urgently need that they can't source. So all those sort of time-consuming jobs that the crew might be distracted from their primary objective in doing can be sent to us. So we're there to support, provide the backup that the crew need technically, so they can focus on running the boat, keeping the owner, charter guests, the family happy, while we take care of the distractions from those primary functions.
So I suppose, how do you go about minimising the technical costs that the yacht may ensue?
We always look at things in a commercial basis. So long gone are the days when you went to your favourite shipyard or favourite supplier and said, I need a widget or an overhaul of my widget. You got the job. Things just don't work that way anymore. So we would look using trusted suppliers, trusted subcontractors, trusted yards, to look at a quote system. Obviously for urgent parts, maybe even very expensive urgent parts, there's often just do it now. But whenever possible, we would look at using a commercial quoting system, as long as the same standard can be maintained, so the owner gets the best deal. But it really goes a lot deeper than that as well. Depending on what sort of maintenance you have when you do it can affect significantly the costs. So we would look going forward at a long-term plan whenever we get an operational yacht on, ideally looking 5 years ahead to see what major investment the owners will need to make on the boat and how to minimise that investment while still preserving the asset value. And it might be as simple as saying, okay, your paint job can last another year with a slight touch-up, rather than saying we need a whole paint job done. Perhaps an engine overhaul possibly could be delayed if you took a number of steps to improve the longevity of the engine in its current cycle. It's a complex process and it takes quite a bit of time, but what we want to be able to do is give the owner and the crew the ability, through looking at the experience, the knowledge we have, and also what we're seeing within our fleet, to minimise those costs.
And so you kind of hinted earlier, these assets are very busy. Yeah, whether it's on a charter or the owner uses it regularly. I mean, how do you help working with the yacht's crew to maximise that yacht's availability?
Very much we're looking at, when we come to a maintenance period, pre-planning. So during the tail end generally of an operational season, there might be a number of maintenance jobs that come up. It might even be a major refit, a major 5-year special class survey. So we will look with the crew ahead at what you want done. What is the crew, what does the owner do you want done? What budget's available? What has to be done by class and flag? We'll look at it on a commercial basis, so it'll be a matter of agreeing the work list, agreeing the budget, and then going out to a number of subcontractors, maybe a number of shipyards, to look at what's the best combination of quality and price we can do the work for. But it's also a matter of looking at the actual work list itself. Does it need to be done? Are there better options of doing it? Are there better ways of doing it? And through that process, pre-planning, having agreed work lists, agreed budgets, going out to a number of suppliers, we want to optimise the downtime of the boat, optimise by minimising. Discussions with flag and class also, so we might want to bring a class survey forward or maybe delay a little bit, just to give the boat its maximum operating window. So planning, going through a proper process, talking to the right authorities, means that the boat will spend as minimum downtime as possible, maximise the availability.
And that makes total sense on an existing vessel. I think what was interesting, I mean, Piers, you and I have just recently come from a new build that launches early next year. And as you say, you know, the owner has got a crew, he's got 3 engineers in this case on board. And as you've been talking in that last question, it's about, like, you know, helping with the maintenance periods, maybe coming in for a dockside or surveys, but obviously on a new vessel that is literally just being launched, what benefit do you bring to that?
We like to use our knowledge. I mean, the team's been involved with a lot of new builds in one way or another, whether that's complete management of a new build project or taking it over, preparing it for operation before it comes into service. So we kind of have become familiar with the process. We know crew will be very busy. They've got a yacht coming up. Even with the best planned builds, it's a very busy time. You've got tests, trials, maybe last minute changes, you've got a snagging list. Some contractor in the process is always delayed, often many. So the crew are running around. What we again offer is the support to that. And we'd look at what do they want to do in terms of carrying spares. You know, spares can be phenomenally expensive. We want to talk to them and support them in whatever philosophy they're using. So do they want to buy all the spares they possibly can, hold them on board, or do they want to go the other way, carry minimal spares, confident that there's a drop ship availability of urgent spares should they need it, which we can assist with. We want to help them with the maintenance system. So they know in detail, because they've been involved with the build of the onboard machinery, but we're perhaps a bit more familiar with the contracts, with the sort of service arrangements and performance of the major subcontractors who are supplying the service. So we'll discuss with them the planned maintenance system and give our advice, perhaps even as much as inputting some of the data, getting some of the arrangements sorted out. And then warranty. We're there prior to delivery to talk a lot with the crew, a lot with the yard and the subcontractors about warranty. So when the crew are out there with an owner who's taking delivery of the new boat, enjoying it with family, friends, maybe even a charter that the owner is making income from, we want to enable the crew to concentrate on that rather than deal with arguments over warranty. So we'll work with them. Perhaps they want to take care of a first call to a yard or a subcontractor, but if there's an issue, if there's an argument of whether it's core warranty or not, when it can be done, that's perhaps something we can take care of while they focus on the owner's first cruise, dealing with the inevitable snagging items that come up.
So, I mean, people often talk about, you know, when a new project starts, you have the designers, you may have the yard, you may have the class and flag and management companies. Do you see their benefit actually in having the Shoreside technical team or an arm of them being involved at that stage?
I certainly would, for a whole length of reasons that are perhaps the subject of another coffee break.
Ah, fantastic. Well, Piers, thank you very much for your time today. It's been really interesting, and I hope you guys listening have found it interesting too. As always, if you want to get any more information or get in contact with us, please see our details at the end of this show, and thank you very much.